Hello guys and welcome to the Court Case podcast with me, Sweet Tea.
And me, James Court.
Today we're going to be talking about why M&amps aren't sexy anymore, and we're also going to give our verdict on the Sienna and Jack Wright situation, all after this.
Love it.
Hello there, I'm Liam Neeson. I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want, but if you're not listening to the Court Case podcast, I will come looking for you. I will find you, and I will make you listen to it.
Welcome back, everybody. We hope you've missed us. I know it's been a week since you've seen us. It's been a couple of weeks.
Well, they haven't seen us since they heard us.
I know. One day we will get to regular video content, I promise you. But we just need our own place first, don't we?
Yeah, we're getting that sorted this year, though.
Although Audio Mango have asked us to come back at some point, so I think we will do that in the summer, I think.
That's very tempting. Yeah, definitely in the summer. It's a nice thing to do in the summer.
Absolutely. But I wanted to talk about, first off, is we had an episode last week, which I loved, one of my personal favourite episodes we've done, which was on the Alcatraz escape.
Yeah.
Last time, and I put loads of effort into the editing and everything of that. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. But I just would say that there is going to be a blog coming out soon that's going to be covering some of the unanswered questions regarding that. We are going to go on the social media and we're going to ask you guys if you've got any unanswered questions after listening, and I'm going to try and answer those for you.
Yeah.
But we also did a prison-related Thursday Thoughts on our social media.
Which was basically a would you rather. So we said, would you rather be in prison for a crime that you didn't commit or be free but everyone thinks that you did the crime anyway?
Yeah, so firstly, what was your answer to that question, T?
My answer would be free, and I think that everyone thinks that I did it. I'd rather still have my life, still be able to do what I want, still see friends and family.
But would they want to see you? Because they think you did a heinous crime.
But I feel like surely, I know it's would you rather, so you can't really bend the rules, but I feel like surely you could be like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, but in this scenario, in my mind, you cannot change people's mind.
But then, okay, that's fine, but then you'd rather be in prison for something you didn't do and get beaten the shit out of, people thinking that everyone in there thinking that you're like this horrible person. We don't even know what the crime is. Like, do you know what I mean? That's no way of life. Surely you'd rather be free, be able to do whatever you want.
I understand that, but also your loved ones would know that you didn't do it. They would be there for you.
But you're in prison. You can barely see them. I feel like either situation is actually awful.
I'd do my time. I would do my time.
Dude, it's not your time to do. You didn't do anything to get time.
Fair enough.
But anyway, we asked everyone because we were clearly having a very heated debate about it then, and we wanted other people's opinion.
Yeah.
And majority of the people actually said that they want to be free, and then we had the rest were actually saying that they would rather do the time.
So the majority answer is people want to be free as
well. Yeah. But then I also did a poll on the story in case people didn't see the post,
right.
And that was the same thing, same question, and they just had to vote. So let me just get up the results for that one. It was so 36% of people said that they want to do the time, where 64% of people said that they'd rather be free.
Okay, so that's the majority answer. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting results. I don't know what you guys think. It's neither of them are a good situation, if I'm honest.
No.
I guess it kind of tells a lot about your character, though, doesn't it? Because it's like whether it's a person, whether you rely on other people or whether you rely on your own free will, free time. I guess that's the gist of the question in a sense, isn't it? Exactly. It's like, which one do you need more in your life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's weird because I need people more in my life, but I've chosen I'd rather be free and not be locked up in a prison cell for something I didn't do. I don't know. It's weird.
Sad. But it's an interesting and it's a deep topic.
It is.
I think is great. But going a bit more deep, which topics do you want to cover first? Do you want me to take us through the sexy M&M story, or do you want us to take us to the TikTok Sienna May Jack Wright?
Why don't we? The level right now is probably quite low. We just talked about prison. So why don't we talk about sexy M&Ms and bring it right back down again?
Absolutely. That sounds good to me. Okay, so basically, there's been a huge thing which you're unaware of, because I mentioned it to you the other day and you're like, what the hell is this? Where loads of people in America particularly right-wing people, are getting very upset because the M&Ms are rebranded and the female M&Ms aren't as sexy anymore. Now, I don't know who these masses of people that want to fuck cartoon characters.
Yeah, so you're telling me that there's like a group of people that only buy M&Ms because they were sexy.
Oh yeah. They want to slap their meat to the green M&M.
That is disgusting what you just said.
I'm going to try and get a picture up for you.
Oh, that's going to get juicy. Oh, get saucy.
So I've got a picture up for you here, T.
So we'll post it
M&Ms.
on the story
We
or
will.
feed so everyone knows. Okay, so I'm having a look, and I mean I never really paid attention. I didn't really realise that there was 2 female M&Ms and the rest were men. But so we had the green and the brown M&Ms that wore heels. And now it's only the brown M&Ms that wear heels in the new design.
Yes, the green M&M had these sort of white go-go boot heel things, and she's now in trainers. And also, they're not. None of them are showing skin anymore. Look, they all add in, and now they're all just normal.
So what's their reasoning for changing the green one into?
Apparently, she basically on the M&M's website, they all have bios about each character. And the green one is like a girl boss now. She's like a feminist, so she doesn't wear heels anymore. She's like power to the people. And the brown M&M, the one that's still in the heels and has the glasses, she's very much a sort of I don't care attitude on her, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And she's basically I don't take no nonsense.
I didn't even know there were stories behind the M&Ms. I like that. That's quite cool. But
it is quite quirky. My favourite quirky. My favourite is the red M&M. He's like a bit snarky, sarcastic. He retained most of the same personality. The red and blue, red and yellow, which are the main 2, they've sort of retained the same personality. This one,
the orange one, just looks actually more stressed. If I'm honest,
yeah, he's definitely your sort of M&M.
Yeah, 100%. I relate to the orange M&M.
But he has actually apparently been proper diagnosed with anxiety disorder. This M&M, so it's very woke.
That's why he looks more confused, more stressed out.
Yeah. So I've got an article here, and it's mostly the sort of right wing of America that.
Did they have their reasonings to why they put those coloured M&Ms as those characters? Like, what was their reasoning? Why was there only 2 ladies and 3 men, and why was one of them anxious and the other one a girl boss? I
think they've got reasons behind the personalities. I don't know why, like the green one is a woman.
Oh,
and
right,
the brown
okay.
one is a thing.
I thought they'd probably have a reason for that as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised the blue one's not like non-binary or whatever, but it's a very nice variety here. And so basically there's a Fox News host called Tucker Carlson in America, and he said that it's all woke, and he said that they shouldn't be all sexy and stuff like that. I'm trying to find the quotes.
They shouldn't be sexy.
He's gone off at the focus on orange M&M's anxiety.
Right.
But
I don't really see why something like this needs to be a big deal. Like, they're just making a little light-hearted character story about their chocolates that they're creating.
Here we go.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, here is what M&M's said. M&M's iconic mascots are getting an updated look and personalities and backstories to align with the fact that consumers value inclusion and belonging more than ever. Green will embrace confidence and a new pair of kicks. Red will tone down the bossiness. Orange will acknowledge his anxiety and more.
Right.
I understand sort of inclusiveness when it comes to like films and TV and stuff, but when I'm eating my M&Ms, I don't care that the green one is.
If I'm completely honest, I love M&Ms, and when we were like selling them at the cinema and stuff, and I saw like the faces on the chocolate, but I never really thought that there was a story behind it. I didn't really pay any attention that one of them was wearing heels, the other one was wearing flats. I generally didn't care. They just taste good. I'm eating it. Like, I don't know why this is such a big deal.
Yeah. But this Fox News host, he was particularly upset by the change seen in the 2 female M&Ms, as the green M&M has traded her knee-high boots for comfy trainers, while the brown M&M has shortened the height of her heels. I literally
never wear heels, and I'm a lady. I wear flats literally every day. When I go out, I don't wear heels. Like, that's such a stereotype in itself.
That's
Do you know what I
a good
mean?
point, actually. Yeah, you barely wear heels, don't you?
Yeah, never.
Yeah. That's a good point. But Carlson condemned the chocolate-coated characters as less sexy.
Do they need to be? You're eating them.
He has said M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous. Until the moment you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal.
What? Oh, my
Like,
God.
but what does it matter? We're not sharing a drink. We're eating them. They're made of chocolate. It's so strange.
It's really odd. It just people have a problem with anything. They've literally innocently gone, yeah, do you know what? This will be a really fun task for us, team. Let's create more stories. Let's develop their character. Let's change up their look because they're bored of wearing the same shoes every day, and now everyone's kicking off.
Yeah.
Just eat the bag and shut up.
People have responded, does Tucker Carlson know you don't actually have sex with the M&Ms?
So true.
Yeah. The thing with this is, right, I think it's ridiculous for Tucker Carlson to get really pissed about it. Absolutely stupid. But also, I don't think they need it changing at all.
No, it was fine how it was, and it's fine how it is now.
The changes are so minimal that they didn't really need to pay the graphic designers to do that.
No.
To be honest. But there you go. See now you wondered what I meant by sexy M&Ms. So here's a question, were you more aroused by the M&Ms in the new design or the previous design?
I feel very same about both, if I'm completely honest.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, obviously, yes, the brown one is deemed a bit sexier.
I am feeling some kind of way about the brown M&M.
Yeah.
You didn't know how to reply to that.
Yeah, I think this topic is bizarre. Like, I generally do not understand why people are getting so irate.
Yeah, I know. But there you go. Guys, what do you think? We are going to be posting on the social media. I would like to know what you guys think about the now less sexy M&Ms.
Will it make you not pick up a bag when you're next in Tesco
or
Target or any supermarket near you?
Walmart.
Asda's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asda's own
or
Walmart.
even when you go to the cinema. Do you not go to M&M World in America anymore because of this change?
I'll tell you what, I do like. It's weird to me. Most people have like the peanut M&Ms. I do really like just the standard chocolate M&Ms.
No, see, they're my least favourite. I love the crispy ones.
Crunchy ones.
The crispy ones.
Yeah, the crispy ones are
the blue ones.
The mascot of the crispy ones is the orange one.
But why is it a bag? Why is the bag blue then?
The bag is blue, but to contrast, because you wouldn't have an orange bag with an orange M&M character on it, you wouldn't be able to see him. So it's a blue bag with the orange one on it, so he stands out.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then the yellow one are peanuts, and that's the yellow M&M.
That's a good point. Don't understand that one, but like.
And then the brown one is
the red.
It's the red one, and and that's brown.
So
that actually makes no sense. I'm correct.
Yeah, the yellow's the odd one out. Yeah.
Because the brown bag.
The brown bag of normal M&Ms.
Yeah.
The red guy is the mascot.
But it should be the brown one because because in that photo. In that photo, going off by that photo, now I'm getting passionate.
Yeah.
Going off by that photo, the most circular one is the brown one. That's a perfect circle, the brown one.
Look how circular red is. Also orange, to be fair, even though he's the crispy ones, he's quite circle, isn't he? And so's green. I don't know what one's blue is.
But when I think of chocolate, like the plain chocolate one, I imagine the brown one. Hence, the bag is brown. So I would think that the brown one should be the mascot of that because it's just plain chocolate. Plain chocolate is brown.
When I think of the plain M&Ms, I always think of the red guy. But we're moving away from the point. The point I was trying to make is that the mascot of your favourite ones, the crispy ones, is the orange, who is the anxiety, stressful one.
Okay, I see what you're trying to say.
Stress head, so that works well.
Fantastic. Let's out me like that.
But that means that their message of inclusivity has worked.
It worked for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and buy those now. I know that there's an anxious person behind it. Oh, fantastic. I learned so much today.
That's great. You pick up a packet on the way home.
Wow. I
Great
will.
stuff.
You watch me.
All right, after this, we are going to get to Jack Wright and Sienna May stuff, but there's a couple other topics I did want to talk about.
I think we need to go and calm down. Be right back.
Yeah, we're just going to go grab some M&Ms. Okay, so the next topic that I want to touch upon is...
another one that James is going to get passionate about.
It is, yeah. So basically, I am a huge Disney fan.
Nerd.
Love Disney, yeah. A bit of
a Disney nerd.
Yeah. And my family love Disney as well. We've been to the parks a few times. We like the movies, but the special place in our heart is the parks. I mean, we're by no means a rich family at all, so we can't go to the parks often. But when we can save up to go to the parks, we have an amazing time. But we love going to the parks. You've only been once to Disneyland Paris, haven't you?
Yeah, and I didn't have a good time at
But
all.
I feel like you weren't
I
concentrating
weren't with
on
the
the
best.
park.
I weren't with the best people. I
Mm.
was on a college trip, and it was literally a shambles. And we were barely at the park because one of the people had an argument with somebody else, which is a really fun story to tell. And I could actually tell the story because it's funny, and it's what this podcast is about.
Go
but-
for it.
Do you want to?
Yeah. tell
Okay.
me.
Literally, we actually just got to the parks, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're quite hungry." And the main like strip bit where all those restaurants are,
Yeah.
there was like a really fancy like hot dog place.
Ooh.
And we were just like, oh my God, yeah, let's go there. So we get in the queue, and there's quite a big group of us. And more, there's probably like 15 of us. And but we weren't all in the queue. Someone was out, a couple of people were waiting outside. So we were just like buying for other people kind of thing.
Yeah.
And one of my friends had quite a big bag, and she knocked the woman in front, and she said, oh, sorry, didn't mean to. Oh my God. You'd just be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. No worries. Her husband went actually ballistic at us. And
Was
we
he
were all,
English?
yeah.
All right.
And we were all like 16, like 15, 16, 17. Like, we were
Yeah.
all quite young. And he's like shouting at us, like, you know, you're trying to push in the queue. Why are you trying to push in the queue? Do you know how many times we come here? We saved up so much money to bring our kids here. You're ruining our time. Like, just being vile. And we were just like, look, we're really sorry. We didn't mean to knock you with the bag. We're just waiting to get our hot dog like you are.
Yeah.
And he just would not stop. And then one of the guys in the group got really angry and stupidly squared up to him.
Oh no.
And it just progressed. And he like threatened to like this older man threatened to beat up our friend. He was like, if you carry on, I'm gonna fucking punch you and all this crap. And eventually the wife gave it a bit of time. Eventually the wife pulled him away. So I was like, look, calm down. Why are you getting in this person's face? Like, your daughter's in the bloody pushchair. What are you doing? Let's just get our hot dog and go. And so at this point, the guy that we're with, he's like red. He's ready. He's so pissed off because like he's shouting at like his friend, and everyone was crying because like they were so young. And I was just kind of standing there like, what has happened? What's going on? I was not involved in the slightest. I don't like confrontation. I just felt very, very uncomfortable. No one ended up getting their hot dog, believe it or not. We then called our lecturer and told her the situation, and she said, oh, probably should just go back to the hotel, guys, and stay out of the park for the day, which is a bit annoying because
Stay out of the park for the day? What kind of advice is that?
I know.
One thing I would have said to the man, chill, this is the happiest place on earth. What are you doing? I've never seen a fight at Disney before.
Yeah,
And
it was
two,
intense.
There's a whole park. Walk to a different area of the park.
Yeah,
Don't
we
go
should've
back
done.
to the hotel.
We should have done. But I think the thing is, the reason they suggested it was because they could hear on the phone that everyone was like crying and everyone was like really angry and pent up. They were just like, you're not going to have a good time if you stay here. You'll be like forcing yourself to have a good time. Just go back, chill, and you can like literally, because the hotel was like in that strip where you can get on a bus and go straight to it. Some of you can go back, some of you can stay, but like she said, let's just go back and chill and we'll come back later. But we were only there for 3 days, and the first day there, first 5 minutes of being there was ruined. And it was just, it was shit.
Anyway, so good story though. Thank you very much. Basically, so Walt Disney, the parks, were created by Walt Disney, obviously, and his brother Roy Disney. Now, Roy Disney has a daughter called Abigail, and basically Abigail Disney is now telling people not to go to the parks
Interesting.
anymore. Not because of
In
the
the
hot
hot dog
dog
shop?
guy. But basically, she's brought out a documentary, and it's called The American Dream and Other Fairy Tales. And it is basically about the corporate greed of Disney right now, and about
Whoa.
how they treat their workers.
She's backstabbing her uncle.
Well, no. Well, the thing is, it wasn't like that when the uncle was around, and she's talking about how they exploit their workers, and that some of the workers have to sleep in cars and not get fed.
Fucking
And
hell.
I know the whole problem, the whole reason. This is where my rant will start. It will be the man who runs Disney now, called Bob Chapek, because he's an absolute C word, and I hate him.
So how did he get to run it? How did that chain of events work out?
So basically, I'm going to spell it out for you. There was a guy, the CEO, the most recent before Bob Chapek came on, was a guy called Bob Iger, and he ran the whole of Disney. He ran.
Was he like related to Walt then or something? Like, how did that chain work?
Well, Walt has been dead a long time.
Yeah, I
so-
know that.
So the Disneys would have, at some point down the line, would have passed
Pass it on to someone.
ownership onto someone
Right,
else, and
right.
then you get a new CEO every 4, 8 or so years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bob Iger was at the head of Disney, and he was incredible. He made amazing relationships with creators, with the Imagineers that make the park. He put people first.
Oh,
he
nice.
was fantastic, and Disney went to so many great successes under Bob Iger's leadership. But Bob Iger was the one that sorted out then getting Star Wars, sorted out then getting Marvel.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and creating all.
So when
all
did
of that
he
stuff.
come out of being CEO?
He stopped 2 years ago. And basically, he stopped running the parks before that, and a guy that started running parks was a man named Bob Chapek. And when Bob Chapek started running the parks, all he was thinking about was money. He was cutting corners everywhere. People that were fans of the parks hated him, and they hated his leadership. And then what happened was, when Bob Iger, because Bob Iger's quite old, he retired, decided not to be CEO anymore. They, for some reason, decided to promote Bob Chapek from runner of the parks to runner of all of Disney.
Oh my gosh.
And everyone that was park fans was saying, guys, this is terrible. Trust us.
What are you doing? Yeah.
What are you doing? And the people that are just like Disney movie fans are like, oh, it's going to be fine. And now they realise, it's crap. Because he fired a bunch of the staff at Disney and rehired a bunch of his mates that all their experience was not with Disney. Their experience was just working with banks. So just money people. And he has severed relationships. The lawsuit with Scarlett Johansson that we briefly touched on last year, that was all down to him. Because he wouldn't hold up his end of a contract with Scarlett Johansson to do with the Disney Plus. And basically the parks since have gone to shit. Fast passes now you have to pay for, and normally you didn't. You would just have to go on an app and just get a fast pass for like 3 rides a day, and you would be able to get quicker queues.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's quite good. Anywhere you go, you pay for a fast pass. When you go to like Fort Park or Chessington.
Disney was the only place where you didn't.
Oh wow.
And
okay, I didn't know that.
Basically, you could pick 3 rides a day, and you could apply to get a fast pass for those. You'd be lucky if not. And those 3 rides in a day, you could get a fast pass for.
Oh wow! How much is he charging for them now?
It's something ridiculous, like $15 a ride per person.
Jesus Christ!
And if you think people at Disney are taking families, it's a family.
Like you said, you have to save up. That is like for most people, you have to save up a while to be able to take your kid. It's a luxury. You're really lucky to go. It's not a common holiday destination.
Yeah.
So to then charge people more money just to enjoy a ride is ridiculous.
Yeah, and you got to think, if you've got a mum and dad that have got 2 other kids, and for these
that's
fast
30
passes,
quid for
60 quid.
Oh yeah, if the mum and dad went as well. Yeah.
Ridiculous. And also they used to do these meal plans and these meal deals. They've completely gotten rid of those. Like they used to do these deals where if you're staying at a Disney hotel, you would get deals or meals free.
Yeah, you'll get like a breakfast or a burger
gotten
or something.
Rid of those.
Yeah.
And it's terrible, and it's
that's
so much more
awful
expensive.
because that's not the happiest place on earth anymore. Like it's not what it stands for.
And loads of people now have been saying the only way to make them see this wrong is to fight this with your wallet, and people need to just stop going. And that's what my family has said. We had a discussion. Billy, because he's already booked his tickets, he is going to Disneyland Paris this year. But me and Mum and Billy had a discussion the other day, and Mum said she's not going to go for about 3 or 4 years. She's not going to go till Bob Chapek's gone. And
so I didn't realise that as well. So as CEOs, it's kind of like a presidency. You only get a certain amount of time in the running.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just thought
you can stay on if you want, but...
Oh,
yeah.
So he might be able to stay on.
The thing is, after 2 years, I think it's 2 years of being a CEO, there's basically a board. So there'll be a board of people that all are shareholders of the company, and they vote in who's CEO.
Right.
But after 2 years of someone being CEO, they can do a vote of no confidence. What people are hoping is that there will be a vote of no confidence. And
so how long has he been CEO?
He's been almost 2 years now.
Oh, okay.
So it's coming up to that. But the thing is, what's interesting is behind the scenes, Bob Iger, at some point, when the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit was coming out, Bob Iger came out of retirement to go into Disney and have words with Bob Chapek. And sort him out, because apparently they do not get on at all. Well, I can imagine. They obviously both have completely different...
Both have the same name.
Same name, and they both have completely ideals. And also another thing, which you will have noticed because you like the Pixar movies, what Bob Chapek has done, every Pixar film goes straight to Disney Plus, and every other Marvel, Star Wars, Disney film goes out in cinemas.
It's mad that he can get to make all these decisions. It's just like
and it's
crazy.
Like, what's mad to me is Pixar is their powerhouse animation studio.
Pixar's my favourite part of Disney.
Their animation films are better mostly than Disney's own ones. They're fantastic, and so everyone at Pixar Animation hates him as well.
It's a shame because Walt will be looking down and he'll be so disappointed.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. I really hope he gets the vote of no confidence and he ends up going.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
I'm dying to take you to Disney, but I said to Mum the other day,
we wanted to go to that festival, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's it called?
Electroland.
Electroland. Yeah, like
Disneyland
we were like,
Paris.
oh yeah, let's book that this year, but yeah, absolutely not now.
Yeah. And also one thing I want to say is if you're, I don't know if they would be listening to this podcast, but there's a huge amount of YouTube influencers, Mum and Billy watch them, that do like Disney park vlogs. And you get Disneyland influencers.
Yeah,
right?
I have seen those.
And Mum and Billy are obsessed with them and they're great. I used to watch, there's one that I do watch called Justin Scared, who's great. And the thing I want to say to these influencers, you need to stop going. The influencers,
they're not going to be listening to us.
That's the thing. But if all
spread the word.
But Disney pays these guys to go and to review things.
Really?
And stuff like that. Yeah, if they're big enough. So if
God.
all of the Disneyland influencers said we're not going and we're not,
yeah, but they
promoting
won't
your
because
stuff,
that's their income, isn't it?
I know, but that's the thing.
That's why it's so like fucked up. Like there's only you're never ever going to have a full army of people that all agree with you and are all going to turn on an organisation, because there's always going to be people in the fire like them that actually are getting paid, and if they didn't do that, they're then fucked over as well.
I was dreading the day that Bob Iger left, and it's been shit ever since. We've got good movies and stuff like that, but
I don't know, how do you even get into the situation to become a CEO for a company like Disney?
You have to work your way up and things like that, or have good mates, because like now half of Bob Chapek's team are just his banker
that's
mates.
all his mates. So but maybe one of those would then work their way up to CEO, which is
what's interesting is I don't remember what it was, but basically when Bob Iger was CEO, he was CEO and he was like head of development or something like that. And when Bob Chapek became CEO, he became CEO and that head of development, but they've recently replaced him as head of development with this woman.
Oh, okay.
So if they already don't want him doing that and have replaced him with someone else,
it's looking hopeful.
That's an indication that the vote of no confidence might go through and stuff, because the penny pinching has got to stop.
Yeah,
seriously.
How long was because the first one that was built was the Florida one, wasn't it?
The first one was in LA,
LA,
California one, and then it was Florida, and then it was Paris.
Yeah, but Walt wasn't alive for the Paris one, was he?
No, he died during they were still building Florida.
Oh, that's so sad.
He didn't see the opening of Florida.
That really sucks.
There's a fantastic documentary on Disney Plus about the creation of the parks. It's really interesting because they are like no other when you go there, which is why it sucks that you weren't able to fully enjoy it, because it's a park. The parks are like no other. They think of everything. It's not like just going up Thorpe Park. It's fantastic, and the rides so good. But anyway, I want to get on to our main topic, because we've been ranting about that for a while.
But this is a very ranty episode, if
I'm
honest.
So I want to talk about what we said we'd talk about at the start, which is the Jack Wright and Sienna May
Now,
debacle.
obviously, we're recording this mid-January, but this won't be out until February, and the situation probably could have changed and could be developed or could not be spoken about at that point. I don't know, but that was just a little slight disclaimer, because we might be a little bit late in your minds to the situation.
Yes, but hopefully you guys will be here for our opinions and our coverage of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you're here, and our verdict. But basically, do you want to give the lowdown or me?
You can give the lowdown if you want.
So basically, there are these two TikTokers called Jack Wright and Sienna May.
That's what they should be called, tickers.
Tickers, yeah. They got popular for whatever reason that they did, and then basically...
Well, actually, she got popular from one video. I remember I saw it. It came up on my For You page. She was like dancing or eating, and she had her belly out, and she was like encouraging self-love and everything like that, and everyone was loving it. They're like, oh my god, this is amazing. She loves herself and everything like that, and she literally blew up from that video, and then video after video after video, and then she did like an interview, and then that was it. She kind of found a group and then hit it off.
I know she was part of that Hype House, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's the group that she found in LA.
So basically, the long and the short of it is, a video got leaked of her sexually assaulting this Jack Wright, and then she sort of did an apology video, but not apologising. And then Jack Wright brought out a video very recently where he was setting the record straight, and he gave some serious truths about what Sienna May was up to, which I'm more than happy to go into later. And then Sienna May has done a blog, which we have found and we have got.
Yeah.
The blog for a while was behind a paywall, but we've managed to sort ourselves out there, and we found
Was it?
Yeah, it was. That's
Oh,
another
wow.
thing she was criticised for. She put her apology behind a paywall. And
Oh my god!
yeah.
Wait, so she would have gotten the money for people wanting to read it?
Yes.
That's so funny. What
she also
the
did
fuck?
she did like a dance apology.
That was about. If I'm honest, I actually am like, I don't really know much because I haven't been looking. I haven't been looking for the information just because like it's just fucked up.
Yeah, but Jack Wright's video, it's quite a harrowing watch actually. He
Yeah,
seems
I
to be
watched
really
that.
opening up, and
He's crying, bless him.
some of the stuff, the video is very damning. She is clearly holding his crotch, and she's clearly like snogging him when he is very much unconscious.
I've seen so many videos though of people like picking it apart. Oh, he moves his hand onto his lap. Oh, he twitched, like he must have been awake, he must have been conscious, and blah blah blah. Oh, the guy next to him should have pulled her off, blah blah blah. All that stuff. But like, what I also find odd is the fact that was happening and someone decided to record it.
Yeah, I know.
That's the weirdest part of that.
Yeah. Also, it's just victim blaming as well at the end of the day. Because also, if it was an unconscious woman and it was a man doing this, there wouldn't be people in the comments saying, "Oh, the woman's arm moved," and stuff. They would be like, "This guy's sexually assaulting this unconscious woman."
And why are people analysing it that much to see his arm moving? At the end of the day, me looking at it like before even I didn't notice his arm moving. I was just looking at it and I thought, oh, that just doesn't look right. That does not look right. Like, why would someone record that? That's not okay. Obviously, I guess it's good that there is some video evidence to help Jack in this situation, but that whole situation is crazy, and it's a very short video and everyone's just so over analysing it when he is clearly not sitting upright. He's clearly not conscious there.
His whole head is just like backwards on the couch. He's completely, totally out of it, like passed out.
And she's just perched on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it is so odd.
But in Jack Wright's video, he goes into more instances of stuff where he says that there was once where she broke into his house while he was sleeping. There's also one when they're around the house and Jack went into have a shower and locked the door, and she picked the lock on the bathroom door and came in, and Jack screamed at her stuff.
Mad.
There's a lot of not great stuff. She has some bad boundary issues, which I think she goes into in her own apology.
Yeah, and she says about her love language is touch, and there's been loads of videos of people posting. There was a video of them in a hot tub doing like a question and answer Q&A.
Right.
I didn't watch it, but I saw it on TikTok, and she was like very hands-on, hugging him and stuff like that. But then people counteract to posting videos of him like hugging her back and kissing her and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, they might have had like a fake relationship or a real relationship. I don't really know if they were actually together or not.
Friends can be inappropriate with friends. It can start as a friendship.
And if they kiss and if they hug and if they touch each other when it's consensual, that's fine. But when he's unconscious, that's when it is sexual assault. Whether they're together or whether they're not together, or whether he liked her or whatever, and he gave her that indication, I guess. It gave her the indication. He was still unconscious, so that's still not right.
Yes, and also the things people forget on these videos with humour in it or whatever, it's on video. They're filming a TikTok. He's not going to like freak out in the middle of a TikTok and then she'll post it.
Also, like, the thing with sexual assault as well, like a lot of people when they have that, or even like an abusive relationship, it's not a case of one thing's happened, I'm walking out the door. Unfortunately, people get so attached and like they find it really, really hard to leave and really hard to accept that it's happening. Like that video was released in October, and I think Jack's video's just come out now in January. So it's probably taken him that long to realise what's going on. People to also call it out online. Do you know what I mean? Like shit takes time.
Yeah. So here is Sienna May's thing. She's called it Reflections from an 18-year-old me.
Yeah, she literally just turned 18.
Yeah, she started it. Haven't been 18 a whole week yet, but the decisions I've had to make as a new adult are challenging me in ways that make me wish I could just go back to being a kid. She gives a trigger warning on sexual assault, boundaries, consent, blah, blah, blah. Then she says, 4 days after turning 18, my former friend Jack Wright, the one I've been tangled with in a toxic web of accusations and internet tea, posted a 70... I didn't realise that the term tea had gone over to America.
Really?
I thought tea was just like an English term for gossip.
I have no idea.
Have a cup of tea, listen to this tea.
I don't know.
Anyway, posted a 17-minute video about me. Yesterday, 5 days past turning 18, I had to say okay to a media statement written by my publicists in response to that video. Shortly after that, my legal team sent his legal team a letter threatening a lawsuit for defaming my character because that is the best next step to clear my name. I'm sure it's all hitting the media now. And she said that she's never been so scared in her life.
She probably is scared because everyone is fucking slatering her right now.
The thing that I have with this one in particular is I watched Ethan Klein's video analysing Jack Wright's video, and he is really apologetic to Jack and stuff like that. And then what he does is he will like pause it and stuff. And when Jack Wright is talking about the stuff like Sienna May breaking into his breaking into his room and stuff. Ethan pauses it and is like, obviously this stuff sucks. It's over the line. But she is like 17. She's a 17-year-old girl and stuff like that. And then he pauses again. He goes, no, wait. He goes, if this was the other way around, I would not be giving a 17-year-old man in this scenario that same leeway, which is absolutely true. So obviously, yeah, but you need to think about, would you give other people in this scenario the same leeway? Or just because she's a popular girl on social media, does she deserve that leeway or not?
If you're 17, you're 9 times out of 10 very moral.
Yeah.
You know what's right and wrong. If somebody's locked a door, that is an indication of privacy. If you're then standing there finding yourself unpicking it, that's wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. So she starts with the beginning of Jack and Sienna. So she talks that she was 16 years old. One of my TikTok videos went viral on social media. Then another, I asked my hometown friend James Wright to do my first big interview of me in LA. He was out of town, so he asked his twin brother Jack to go with me. I was friends with Jack, but knew James better. Both of them had blown up on TikTok a few months earlier than me. From that day on, my life would never be the same. Jack introduced her to people in LA, new friends, all that sort of stuff. Suddenly, we were America's favourite teenage ship. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are until last week. You're not America's favourite teenage ship, were they? I thought like the D'Amelios and whoever they were going out with was more popular.
I don't know. I really don't know. What's funny is like,
I'm pretty sure also, even at the moment, it's Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Oh, yeah.
It's not these guys that are America's favourite ship.
Yeah, it's funny because...
Did you know that they've just bought a house in England for £3 million? Zendaya and Tom together.
Fantastic,
She's
really.
She's got a £3 million house in LA. He's already got a £3 million flat in London. And they've bought a £3 million house like out in Richmond somewhere.
Wow.
Together, and this one's together, both of them.
They earned so much money though.
Yeah,
like...
I
think he bought his mum the flat though.
Yeah.
So it's not his. Anyway, dissect.
But also, it's interesting that Zendaya's the house they've chosen to live in is in England together.
Yeah.
Zendaya's
nice.
chosen to live in England, not him in America. But anyway, but I'm not going to go off on sad. Anyway, we love those two too much. We were thrown into a crazy, exciting relationship because the public demanded it. We couldn't make enough content together. If we went just a few days without the other in our videos, the press would run stories like, "Did
you know what's funny?
Break up?"
It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. I don't know why I start off like that, because I say things that aren't even funny. It's a weird way of starting off a sentence. But anyway, this situation happened with Jake Paul and Alyssa Violet. I think I've told you about that situation before, where she met him and he introduced her to everyone in LA. They formed a group. She lived in a house. They lived in this house together with it was the Hype House, wasn't it? No, Team 10. Sorry, Team 10. Yeah. And they had that fake relationship that everyone shipped them together. And then obviously it all came out. It was horrible. It was toxic. This happened. So what I actually think is the problem in all this situation is fucking social media shipping people together and it's forcing a really bad environment and a toxic environment because they're not actually together, but the social media is telling them to be together to get more views, to get more money, to get bigger. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that. Social media obviously plays a part in this, but also at the end of the day, reality TV has been a thing for millennia. If you want to pretend you're in a relationship, you can pretend you're in a relationship without doing the stuff that she's done.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it for a reason that's why she's done it. I'm not like backing it up for that at all. I'm just saying that in this situation, when they're shipped by social media, that never ever works out well. We've seen so many situations where people shipping people together that aren't actually together. They don't want to be together. Yeah. And it just ends up being toxic and bad, and shit like this comes out that has happened. And I'm not saying this has happened because of social media at all. It's happened from her own actions, but that hasn't helped it being online. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She said she started to fall in love with him. And then we get on to Hype House, which was December 2020. What were we doing then? In lockdown, weren't we?
Pubs.
After 4 incredible months of TikTok fame, more fun than I've ever had, and what seemed like the perfect life, I got a call from the producers of the Hype House show asking me to be one of the featured influencers headlining the series. They also told me they didn't plan to have Jack in a lead role. To me, that felt wrong. He was the one who introduced me to all those people, and I wasn't even an official member of the Hype House. So I decided to be on the show, but only if Jack was in a lead role too. They agreed. Oh, well, that's nice of her. From February through April, we filmed for the show. They filmed us both in our hometown. They filmed scenes with our family and friends. Yeah. Oh, was the Hype House? I thought it was like a Hype House was just like a TikTok account where they all did them together. I didn't realise it was like a reality show.
I think they did have a reality show.
Wow.
I
Okay,
think it developed onto that. I don't know.
Goodness gracious. A lot of it was fun. What wasn't fun is that the producers and the other Hype House members kept pressing us to define what we were. Are you more than friends? What do you love most about him, her? Blah, 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 blah. I didn't know what was being set up by producers and if it was real or fake. I told him I loved him and he said he loved me too. I would ask if he wanted to be more than friends and he would say, not yet. Rejection isn't comfortable, but it's honest. The show had to go on, so I just went with it. Hawaii and the video. I assume the video is the
one that the proof video, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So everywhere we went, he introduced me as his girl, but then take pictures and blatantly flirt with other people. I was jealous, but more than that, I was confused. Why was I here? Why was he introducing me as his counterpart, telling me to wait patiently to be together if he didn't really want any of it? And then, without producers and cameras around for the first time in months, it really hit me. He liked me when he needed me for a video or for work, but he didn't like me otherwise. I asked him to make a video with me, explaining to our fans that we were truly just friends. I told him that if he didn't have the real feelings for me, I wanted to set that record straight publicly. He told me he had brand partnerships riding on a fake one and that it wasn't fair to him.
Obviously, I don't know how true that is.
Yeah,
but
obviously that sounds bad, but still none of this is
a reason
warrants
for what? Yeah.
what the actions that she's done.
Yeah.
She took time away from him and his family, received multiple messages.
Why is this like beating around the bush? Like, why isn't she just actually talking about the situation on hand? We don't need to know the full life story.
Here we go. One day later, their friend Mason put up a tweet implying that I physically and mentally abused Jack. A few days after that, their friend Lachlan released a video taken from a November 2020 party showing Jack and me kissing. There was more than kissing in that. He narrated the whole thing to make it look like it was something it wasn't. Brigadier James took the video as a joke on his Snapchat 7 months earlier, and they decided to resurface it. I would like to think that neither Mason nor James realised the impact that their tweets and taken out context video would have. Though they took it all down, it really didn't matter. The damage had been done. My character became a topic of public opinion, lost friends, lost brand deals, blah, blah, blah. There was the Team Jack and Team Sienna. Also, Netflix did want to be liable for my mental health. That's why I wasn't in the Netflix show. And and then this is Jack setting the record straight. She says, I never broke into Jack's house. Did I know the code to his garage door? Yes, because he gave it to me. But right, still, even if you know the code to the thing, if you go into someone's house without them knowing or asking or telling them ahead of time, that is still breaking in, right? You know where the keys to my house are, but if you just came in the middle of the night and you didn't tell me beforehand, that's still technically breaking in. I wouldn't be pissed off about it really, but it's still technically breaking in. One of the first scenes we filmed for the Hype House show was me walking into his house and jokingly saying I'm home, because that's what everyone does at the Wright house.
Oh,
right?
so you can.
Yeah. When Jack and James lived there was always friends around, even sometimes till 2 a.m.
Whoa!
Yeah. Jack said he used to see my car at 2 a.m. in front of his house. Yes, I remember saying that, but failed to mention that most times there would be other friends there too. I never stalked him. All Jack and I ever did was kiss. I've never seen, felt, or touched him naked. We spent several nights at the Hype House together, but I never grabbed him asleep or awake. Yeah, I'm still being... There's literally a video of it. Yeah, I'm still being called a rapist across the internet by those who don't understand the meaning of the word. There is a counterpoint for every point Jack made in this video, but I'm not going to do that. Did I do some things wrong and sloppy as a 16, 17-year-old girl who felt love for a guy? Yes, for sure. I admit to stepping out of a car, stopped at a stop sign last New Year's after we publicly fought. Yeah, there was...
What's that got to do with this situation?
Yeah, I know.
I'm so confused.
But that said, he did some stupid stuff too, like chasing after a car full of guys trying to start a fight with them. Because right, this is the one.
What is she doing?
She is saying she's comparing
oh my God.
Jack running after a car full of guys as her as any way similar to her kissing and touching his junk when he was unconscious.
I'm so confused. What's her regrets? So my regrets. I wish I knew that what I know now. I wish we all had laid out boundaries that made sense to us both. It's not a boundary. If somebody isn't there...
They're not in a relationship. This woman. I understanding... Like, I'm not even going to read any of these.
Oh, yeah, because she understanding the love language, because apparently hers is touch and his isn't, or something like that. I heard that's what someone was talking about.
But still,
I apologise if there were times that I made you feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry if anything I ever did trigger other things you have experienced or any feelings of discomfort. But anything I did unknowingly, as our physical relationship on camera was one of the closeness and familiarity that I had known to carry into our real lives. That said, there is a distant line between that and sexual assault. I'm so sad that that's where we've ended up, and even more so I'm now being used in a new and even more hurtful way.
It's just there's no accountability here. She just wants it to end and to protect her
So she's got. Can we also go back on there? Because does that mean applause? So 16.2k. Does that mean applause?
Or people that have read it.
Let's click on it.
Oh,
yeah.
You
clap for the story. So 16,000. Yeah, and she's got 800 followers on that account, which is obviously a blog posting account, I'm assuming. She also still has a shit ton of followers on TikTok and Instagram, which I don't understand. She turned all of her comments off of all of her videos, even previous ones. So nobody can comment on anything.
Personally, my view is that she's guilty, and I think she is backpedaling, and I think she is not taking any accountability, and she's trying to move things off and give reasons for everything instead of just saying, look, I was 17, I did these stupid stuff with a guy, I did things, I went way too far, I'm extremely sorry, I need to sort myself out.
Maybe her legal team have said, though, if she says that, she can't come back from that, but if she plays how she's playing now, never ever admits it, she can come back from that. Do you know what I mean?
So many people probably overseeing this blog. Absolutely. But anyway, my verdict is guilty. What's yours?
Yeah.
But that's how we feel about the Jack Sienna thing. If you've not managed to do the vlog because you didn't want to pay for it,
you can now look at it.
You're welcome.
We've just read it.
So anyway, we're coming to the end of the show now. We've overrun a little bit, but we hope you guys enjoyed all the interesting topics that we've brought to you. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I thought we just ranted into the mics today.
Multiple
I feel like I need a drink.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a drink after this. Absolutely. But we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.